Hello, fourth graders. Today's book a day is If Pluto Was a Pea by Gabrielle Pendergast. Remember to be thinking about our question. What can we learn from this book? This is our solar system. If Pluto was a pea. Pluto is so much smaller than the other planets. That's why it's called dwarf planet. But how much smaller is it? If Pluto was a pea, 64 hundredths of a centimeter, or 25 hundredths of an inch, the sun would be a tent, 4 meters or 13 feet. If Pluto was a pea, Mercury would be a marble, 1.4 centimeters or half of an inch. If Pluto was a pea, Venus would be a ping pong ball, 3.4 centimeters or 1.3 inches. If Pluto was a pea, the Earth would be a golf ball, 3.52 centimeters or 1.4 inches. If Pluto was a pea, Earth's moon would be a blueberry, 92 hundredths of a centimeter or 36 hundredths of an inch. If Pluto was a pea, Mars would be an acorn, 1.9 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch. If Pluto was a pea, Jupiter would be a beach ball, 40 centimeters or 15.75 inches. Wow, Jupiter is pretty big. If Pluto was a pea, Saturn would be a pumpkin, 33 centimeters or 13 inches. Uranus would be a melon, 14.2 centimeters or 5.6 inches. If Pluto was a pea, Neptune would be a grapefruit, 13.76 centimeters or 5.4 inches. I love grapefruit. Is Pluto smaller than everything in the solar system? No. If Pluto was a pea, her own moon, Charon, would be an apple seed, 0.3 centimeters or 0.12 inches. If Pluto was a pea, Pluto's other moons, Nix, Kerberos, and Hydra, would be like grains of sand. That's tiny. If Pluto was a pea, Pluto's smallest moon, Styx, would be too small to see. And you would be much, much smaller than that. But still not too small to think big thoughts and do great things. our solar system again. So, if you're a little bit confused about this book, the purpose of it is to use a scale that we understand, like a P, so it's a benchmark measurement, to understand the relationship of the sizes of the planets. So they started with Pluto, saying Pluto is a P, and then they used other objects that we know so we can understand how big Jupiter or Venus or Saturn are in comparison to Pluto's size. So thinking about measurements, this can help us to understand the size of different planets in our solar system. Pretty cool book, right? If Pluto was a P. So an astrologist is somebody who studies the stars and the night sky. Astro meaning stars, and ologist meaning the study of. So an astrologist studies stars and planets. So tonight I'd like you to be an astrologist, and when it gets dark out, go outside and look into the western sky. So that should be where the sun set, because the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So look up toward the western sky, and you should see a really bright object up there, and it should be Venus. Venus is currently visible in the night sky. You can see it a little less than 3 hours before dawn, which is sunrise, or a little less than 3 hours right after dusk, which is sunset. So if you go out and look in the western sky, you should see Venus, which is not a star, but it's commonly known as the morning star or the evening star because it is so bright in the sky. It's actually the third brightest object up there. And it's so bright because of its ability to reflect the light of the sun and shine like a diamond. And this is called albedo. Albedo. Let me write that up so you can understand. Albedo. Albedo. And Venus has an albedo score of 75 hundredths, which is written at 0.75. Now, Earth has an albedo score of 30 hundredths, which is written 0.30. And Mercury and Mars have an even lower score. So Venus has a very high albedo score, which means it's very bright because it can reflect that sun's light and shine like a diamond. So if you go out tonight, I hope you'll look for Venus with your parents or guardians so you can all enjoy that beautiful planet up there in the sky. Let me know if you see it.